be brave and do your thing. Don't be afraid. It's okay to make a mistake or to try something and it doesn't work. Try something else. It's all good. What's the worst that can happen? Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ian, as you know. I'm known as WanderBeard around these parts. And in today's episode, I thought I would have a little discussion with you about what I've been up to. So as you saw in the end of my last video, I was in Costa Rica, in La Fortuna, and I had plans to head to San Jose next and continue on from there. I got to San Jose and decided I needed a break. Really, it's that simple. I had been traveling now for, 15, 16, 17 months, whatever it's been. I hadn't been home to see my family, my parents, since Christmas time last year. So yeah, it had been quite a while. And I just thought I needed a break, to be honest. And that's one of the luxuries that I have while doing this, is that I can stop whenever I want and I can pick up whenever I want. And, I'm always very excited to see what's coming up next. I really felt while I was in Costa Rica that I was fighting a feeling of needing a break for a couple of weeks. I think that I had come across those feelings, several times throughout the year. And I think that's natural. I don't think anybody who travels even part-time or full-time, would ever disagree that once in a while you just need to be able to unpack and not have to pack it up again in 2 or 3 days, which is what I was doing pretty well continuously now for 16, 17, 18 months. Like I said, I started this trip back in May of last year, May of 2024, and it's been amazing. I've felt very fortunate to be able to do this my own way, at my own pace, and I have no regrets with how things have gone so far. I was going to take you for a walk around the yard here while I was filming today, but the weather is a little unimpressive, to say the least. It's very rainy, and the wind is picking up, and it's kind of a miserable day here back in Cape Breton, where I am. So for me, it was really just like I said, it was a freedom of being able to take a break when I felt it was time to, and I felt that this was the right time to do it. I'd gotten as far as Costa Rica. Some people have said, oh, why don't you travel faster? Well, that's certainly one option for some people, but for me, it was different. I really enjoyed taking my time and seeing each country that I went to. I felt very lucky to be able to spend a month in each of El Salvador and Honduras and Nicaragua. I got to spend 3 weeks in Costa Rica before I came home. I spent almost 10 weeks in Guatemala when I was there. I actually burned almost an entire 90-day visa for Central America just in Guatemala. And then I went to Mexico for a couple of weeks for my birthday and to relax. I didn't really shoot a whole lot of video while I was there at the time, but it was a nice break, But in the end of the day, I just decided it was time. And so I made arrangements to fly home. I've been staying with my parents for a few weeks. Before this, I actually went and did fly to Mexico and took a break there. I'm very excited to show you a couple of pieces of that. I spent some time there hanging out, and I went to the Akumal monkey sanctuary, which was incredible. Such a cool project. And I'll show you a little bit of that footage here shortly. I also finally went to my first cenote. For whatever reason, all the time I spent in Mexico in 2024 and 2025, I had not gone to any of the cenotes. So while I was back in Playa del Carmen, I went and checked out one of the local cenotes, which I also have footage of, which I will show you here later in the video. It was an amazing experience, and I really regret not going and checking him out sooner. So after some time in Mexico, as I said, I flew back here to Canada. I've been hanging out with my family, with my parents especially, helping them around the house, just doing the things that I feel that I could help out with here. While I've been here, I have been very lucky to be able to watch my nephews play some great hockey games, hang out with some friends, catch up with different people, and it's been a really nice, relaxing time. I did, however, go out and shoot some footage for a ghost town not too far away, which I'm very excited to show you in an upcoming video. The ghost town of Broughton here in Nova Scotia. It was a planned mining town that was going to have between 12 and 15,000 people in it, and lasted all of about 3 years from when it was first conceptualized until its initial end. It was reused later on for other things, but anyway, it's a really cool spot. I can't wait to show you that video. Beyond that, my plans going forward, I am actually leaving here in Canada this week. I'm not staying here much longer. I've been here now for, like I said, for a few weeks, but it is time to go and see some new things. However, I have decided I am going to pause my trip through the rest of Central America and South at this time. I felt that it was a combination of a few things, but basically I just was tired of packing up every 3 days, going to a new town, unpacking, and I was enjoying the places very much. I loved every place that I've been. I have had, the number of bad experiences that I've had in almost 18 months, I could probably count on one hand, to be honest. I think that, I've been very fortunate in a lot of ways, and I also really appreciate the fact of, my kind of position that I'm able to do this, that, I haven't had any real issues anywhere that I've gone. People have been very friendly. So it's been great, and I've had a really great experience and a really great time. But I am heading back to Mexico. I am heading to the southern Pacific coast. There are some places there that I've wanted to see since I went through Mexico last year. And there were places I ultimately had to skip last year in order to make my plans work out going forward. So basically, when I was in Baja, my plan was to cross over to the mainland and Mazatlan, and then go to Guadalajara, and then I was going to go from there and hit, Mexico City and Querétaro and those places, and then head down to the Pacific coast, down to Puerto Escondido and Huatulco and those kinds of places. But if you've seen some of my videos from Mexico, and if you haven't, please do check some of them out. I ended up getting COVID while I was in Mazatlan/Guadalajara, so that kept me in bed for 10 days. I was in Oaxaca last year and threw my back out, so I was stuck in bed for almost a week with that. And then, of course, when I got to Merida, I had a real problem with my knee, where I fell into an uncovered hole on the curb and did some real damage to my knee that thankfully wasn't permanent, but also put me up for, like 10 days. So I lost over 3 weeks of time in Mexico, basically laid up in bed for 3 separate incidences. And so I want to use this time and opportunity to head back to that part of Mexico and finish it off. There are some places there that I really want to see, and I'm very excited to maybe even head back to Oaxaca and see some more of that amazing city on top of that. So some of the other video plans I have coming up, as we're sort of getting into the last part of the year here, it is now early November, and I think that I'd like to do some recap stuff, because I think that it's been a really exciting year. I think that my audience has exploded this year, is the way that I see it. I started 2025 with about 5,000 subscribers, and I'm now almost, as of recording, I'm almost at 30,000. And so I feel like a lot of the stuff that I've done this year, I'd really like to give people an opportunity to see it if they haven't before. So I've got some ideas in mind for, the best places I've stayed so far on my trip. I did a recap last year of the top 10 places in Mexico that I visited, which I'll add a link to here on the screen. And I'd like to do some more of that because I did get to spend a lot of time in Guatemala and El Salvador and Honduras and Belize and Nicaragua and then even Costa Rica. And I think some of those places I'd really like to showcase again. So that's kind of where I'm at. I am not in any danger. I am not sick. My family is healthy and well. And yeah, I just, like I said, I just felt like it was time. And having the ability to do that and, pick up and come home for a little while and spend some time with my parents and my family has been wonderful. And I would personally like to thank each and every one of you, and I mean that, to people who watch my videos. When I started this project, a couple of years ago, I had no idea that I would enjoy it as much as I have. I had no idea that I would be seen by so many people. I just got a notification today, actually, that I had passed 1.6 million views on my channel, which, is an amazing number. And I know that, obviously, larger channels celebrate when they get into the billions and whatever, and, hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers. But for me, doing it this way, taking my time to do it right and do it honestly, this has been a dream come true for me. And so, yeah, I'd like to especially thank all of you. And I hope that with this upcoming shift that you'll stick around and listen to some more stories that I have to tell, some more adventures that I have coming up, and have also some time to take a look back and see where we've been in the past 12 months. I'm very excited about moving forward. I'm over the moon, I never have I ever at any point in this trip decided that this wasn't working for me or I didn't want to do this anymore. I have never gotten tired of this, and it's mostly because of your support and mostly because of the places that I've seen, but I couldn't do this without all of you watching. So thank you, honestly. I mean, I do this all by myself. I do all my recording, my editing, all my social media, all the questions that get responded to. That's 100% me. It's nobody else. I don't have anybody else on a team or whatever, but I do take the time to make sure that I read every comment, respond to all the ones that I can, and continue to bring you new and exciting videos going forward. So that's it for this part of the video. From here, there are two more sections after this. I want to show you some of the footage I got from the Akumal monkey sanctuary. I didn't shoot a whole lot there. It was difficult because it was part of an organized tour, and they moved us along pretty briskly, to be honest. But I did capture some video there that I will share with you in a moment. And then after that, also some footage from the cenote that I got to check out while I was in Mexico. And that's it for now. So thank you again. I know I've said it like 10 times now probably, but honestly, it really means a lot to me. And I'm really excited to pick this up and continue on from where I am now. And let's go forward into 2026 and have a great time. And I hope all of you are well. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of 2025, 2026 and beyond, and that all of you continue to work hard to find your path to happiness, find your path to fulfillment, and continue to be brave and do your thing. Don't be afraid. It's okay to make a mistake or to try something and it doesn't work. Try something else. It's all good. What's the worst that can happen? So we're just heading into the sanctuary area here with a small group. So she was talking about that as they grow older, they actually turn bald. You can see how some of them have lost a lot of their feathers on their heads. She was saying this roseate spoonbill and the flamingos that are over here were actually part of a live animal thing at a hotel. They were being maintained there, kind of as like a decoration. And this duck apparently is an invader, but they let him stick around. Sit down this way. So in here is a caracal that was mistreated and found in a circus. And so she's now pretty territorial and kind of very much against people, but they keep her here now to maintain her health and try and make it as comfortable as possible. It's like being back on Macaw Mountain again a little bit in Copan Ruinas. Again, more of the beautiful scarlet macaws and the red and yellow, or blue and yellow, and blue and green macaws. This one's clearly posing for the camera. So this far north, they only have actually 2 of the macaw types that are here in Mexico. The scarlet macaw that's here, and then the green and blue one. Those are the only 2 ones that are native to here in Mexico. So we're just about to head into the monkey sanctuary part here, and one of the things she was talking about was that most of these animals that are here were either pets or part of the animal trade. So they've been brought here to try and break some of those bonds with humans to sort of help their natural abilities to remain in the wild. Most of them will end up here for life because of the type of, abuse and things that they have been through. But you have to be very careful when you're here to not give them too much attention, because then they think that, you're creating a bond with them again. This is a really cool project they have here with all these rescue animals and these various monkeys of sizes and shapes. And she said the monkeys in this cage, there's one over there, another one there, and up here they all have really large extended bellies, and that was because the people who had them were feeding them like alcohol and candy and just like total junk all the time, and so they ended up becoming quite ill. So she was talking about how all these monkeys have been like just totally mistreated by humans, of course. And this guy here, they said, was the rich monkey. Cost 1 million pesos to get him to come here to be released from the people who were controlling him. And now he's here in protection. But it really goes to show you that no matter what, in every case, humans are always the worst. So one of the things worth mentioning about this place is it has no government funding whatsoever. It is totally supported by visitors and guests coming and paying the money to come and visit this park. They have legal coverage from the government for some of these animals, of course. But all of this place is totally funded. It's just basically by the people that come and check it out. And that's why projects like this are so important. We're back over to the macaws here again.
You notice that these monkeys, they were at a circus, they were working illegally.
Such a great project here, it really is. If you're in this part of Mexico, here in Quintana Roo, make sure you come down here to Akumal to check out the monkey sanctuary with all the other rescued animals, like these absolutely beautiful macaws. Welcome to my first ever cenote. It certainly won't be my last now. It's amazing how busy it is in spots over there, and then you come over in this little corner here and there's nobody around. So thank you very much. As always, I always appreciate your support. If you'd like to support me further, there are a few different ways you can do that. I do have memberships set up here on YouTube. They start at just $3 Canadian per month. There's 3 different tiers for those. Thank you to all my existing members. I really, really appreciate your support. If you'd like to support me as a one-time donation, I have a couple of different links here on the screen. One is for PayPal donation and the other one is through Bitcoin. If you have some of that and you don't want it, I will be happy to take it off your hands. I also have my merch store set up both here through YouTube and at my own website, WanderBeard.com. So feel free to check that out. I will be adding some new designs and things to that very shortly, which I am very excited to show you. And hopefully you'll pick one of them up. And remember, life is short. Wander. And I'll see you in the next video.